What's up, everybody? Chris Wild here with another video on the eve of tomorrow's game against the Detroit Lions. I want to take a quick couple minutes to preview that game. It's been a really hectic and busy week for me. It's late night right now. It's actually after midnight, so the game is going to be in a couple hours. But I wrestled for ECWA on their 52nd anniversary show today, so I'm kind of spent. However, I do want to preview this game with the Eagles and the Lions tomorrow at the Link, 1 o'clock. It's just kind of unfair, I think, being an Eagles fan, how we've had to deal with injuries, like not little injuries here and there, man. We've took some serious blows the past 3 years. I mean, even the Super Bowl year, we all know we lost Wentz, we lost Peters, Jordan Hicks. I mean, we went through a lot. And this year, it seems like it's kind of starting off that way. Last game, Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson barely played before they went out with soft tissue injuries. We just find out that Deshaun's going to be out the next 2 weeks. Alshon and Dallas Goedert might play tomorrow. They might not, so that leaves Carson Wentz with a rookie wide receiver and a wide receiver that didn't play at all last year due to injury. And then recently promoted Greg Ward from the practice squad as a receiver as well, leaving him really just Zach Ertz as his main weapon. Tomorrow's game really comes down to this is how it's going to be for the next couple weeks. If Doug Peterson can get a running game started, he has got to get a running game started tomorrow. Last game against the Falcons, it just frustrated the hell out of me and a lot of other fans how they just did not get a run game started against a defense that let Dalvin Cook run all over him the week before. You would think with the injuries at wide receiver that they had that they would have run the ball more, but they just didn't, could never get started. It might have had to do with the offensive line. Isaac Seumalo got his ass kicked by Grady Jarrett all game. That obviously can't happen again. And the Detroit defense is stout, man. They're really a solid defense. You got Darius Slay, a top corner. Over there, it's going to be covering a rookie probably, or maybe Nelson Aguilar. I forgot to talk about him because I've been having nightmares of his drop pass since Sunday night. That would have won the game for the Eagles. But I really think that the run game is going to be, if the Eagles can run the ball, they're going to win. If they can't, then the Lions are going to steal one at the Link. As far as the Lions go, man, they won against a good team last week when they beat the San Diego Chargers. Now, if you watch the game, the Chargers did everything they could to give the game to the Lions. However, the Lions' offensive line kept Bosa and Ingram far away from Matt Stafford throughout the game. Matt Stafford is a good quarterback. He's got Kenny Golladay, who is an upcoming wide receiver. TJ Hawkinson, who is a promising tight end. Jesse James, former Pittsburgh Steeler tight end. A decent run game with Kerryon Johnson and Ty Johnson. And like I said, a pretty decent offensive line. So our defense and these cornerbacks are going to have to do their job. They're going to have to. I'm tired of the past 2 weeks watching wide receivers just run right by our corners. I mean, nothing frustrates me more. They're just going to have to be on their game, man. Defense takes another injury. First week it was Malik Jackson. Next week it's Timmy Jernigan. I mean, we've got Akeem Spence that we just picked up. The guy from the Colts that we picked up in the offseason, my mind is not there. He's going to have to step up. I mean, it's just going to be tough. Our defense is, the next 2 weeks are the next 10 days are going to be very tough for the Philadelphia Eagles. It's just going to happen. This is a must-win game. I know it sounds silly, week 3 being a must-win game, but you don't want to be 1 and 2 going into Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers on Thursday night. It's bad. They've got to win this game. Hopefully, Carson Wentz and Nelson Aguilar have a bounce-back game. Carson was an absolute warrior last week after really having a really bad first half, getting thrown around, getting hurt, going through concussion protocol, and coming back and just bringing that team within 4 points. I mean, you're talking about a whole playbook that had to be redesigned, and he's bringing, without Alshon, without Deshaun, without Dallas Goedert, you're going from 12 personnel to 11, and then without 2 weapons. I mean, he brought the team within striking distance. He left the field with the lead. The defense gave up that Julio touchdown, and then Zach Ertz, if he just ran a little bit deeper on that route, who knows what would have happened after that. So For my prediction, I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I mean, and when I say low-scoring, I'm thinking 21-17 Eagles. I had this down as a W in the beginning of the season. I think it stays that way for the same reasons that I thought the Falcons were going to win last week before all the injuries happened, and that's because the Eagles need it more. They absolutely need it more, and the Lions have had our number. The past 2 times that we faced them, we've lost in their house. We got embarrassed on Thanksgiving one year. Carson Wentz, rookie year, threw that horrible interception to end the game. Ryan Matthews fumbled. I mean, a lot of bad shit happened. So the Eagles, they're due for a win against Detroit Lions, and tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Hopefully, I'm coming to you guys very happy with the outcome, and more than anything, get the W, and please keep guys healthy. If not, you really have to look. When there's soft tissue injuries, you really have to start looking at conditioning and what this medical team is doing, because a soft tissue injury, for it to just happen like this to so many players, wide receivers too. I mean, we started the season last year with no wide receivers. Luckily, they drafted a pretty decent one in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Matt Collins is pretty decent, and Nelson Aguilar's coming into his own. I think he has a bounce-back game tomorrow as well. Anyway, I want to end this with a little Jalen Ramsey news. I kind of felt good about the Eagles getting him earlier in the week. When Peter King comes out and says that the Eagles are his favorites to land them, and you're starting to hear the noise and the rumblings, it started to get a good feeling. Then I saw that Jalen Ramsey played on Thursday, and he played well. I don't think the Jaguars are going to trade this guy. And I don't think it's going to be to the Eagles, because I think it would have been done by now. Howie just doesn't seem like he's going to wait around for this dude. You don't play Jalen Ramsey if you intend on trading him, because if he gets hurt, then you have nothing. You have absolutely nothing, and a fractured relationship with a star corner. So I think it was done by Jalen Ramsey's agent to up the price for him when it comes time to re-sign him. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to be a bird, which sucks, because we could definitely use a guy like him in the secondary. I'd give up 2 number 1s for him in a heartbeat. So, preview tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Eagles-Lions. I think it's a W for the Birds. Bounce-back game for the Eagles. And then we really got to get ready for Lambeau and the Green Bay Packers. Hope it goes well, everybody. I'll be saying my prayers tonight. Hope you do, too. Thanks again for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I've got about 113 subscribers right now. Thank each and every one of you for hitting that subscribe button. I really, really appreciate it, to have this voice and to be able to air out my frustrations or just let you guys know how I feel. It's pretty cool. So thank you guys, and let's get that W tomorrow. Go Birds.